what's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another Tundra gaming video. I've been enjoying casting Tundra, controlling the game with Tamio, so let's do that one more time. I'm here to revisit Beanstalk, my 4-color version featuring Bowmasters, but I'm trying out a new card here. I'm trying to play Wistfulness instead of Quantum Riddler. Not quite sure about this, Chief. So this card can handle Ursa Saga, the One Ring, maybe some other problematic stuff like Chalice. This card can also flip Tamio turn 2, and then, you know, it's a little less of a more powerful card later on. And I guess if I'm sitting there with, I don't know, 2 mana but a not 2 blue, and I really wanted to cycle a Riddler, I'm going to feel sad, but let's try that card out. It gets a lot more hard castable with the sideboarded carpets. This deck is pretty stock compared to my standards. I love the Murktide as finishers. I'm cheating a Force Negation into my deck, a card that I want in my 75, and I think it's reasonable to play in the main deck in general. We're good against creatures, and we need help against Unfair. New additions to the sideboard, new old edition, a couple of Hydroblasts with Mono-Red Prison showing its ugly face. I think we need them. Still triple carpet against Tempo. Mystical Dispute helps against all blue decks, but importantly, Show and Tell. The Surgicals for the Yard, the Consigns for the Colorless, the Wraths for the, whether it's like Saga decks or creature decks like Energy and Cradle, and then a couple of more negations, which brings us to 3 total. We might have to change our setup in decks in general if the Hexing Squelcher becomes stock, but for now, I think it's totally reasonable to be heavy on counter magic and then a couple of Hydros for flexibility. Yeah, let's see if we can have stable mana, get into the mid game, and grind out the opposition. All right, round 1. I'm playing 4-color Beanstalk. This hand looks fine. We can play against any deck in the format. And we have some time to kind of set us up nicely. So funnily enough, I can let Chalice resolve here. So Chalice resolves. Who knows what I'm up against? Could be the Mono-Red Prison, which would be brutal. Could also be Eldrazi featuring Cavern of Souls, and this could end badly. Let's see. Let's see. I'm really hoping... Okay, white, so initiative, I guess. Archon. Let's think here. The problem is, if I don't force the Archon, then it's going to be a little bit rough, but the problem is, then I can't counter an initiative creature later on. So I think I have to let this resolve and then figure out how to fetch, essentially. So how do I fetch here? Plow is not alive. So I need white mana here so I can fetch my Tri-land later. So I guess I should just fetch my Savannah here. Because then the next land goes for the Grixis land. I'm not sure if this makes sense. Also, I'm getting giga cooked by Cavern of Souls. The more I kind of let this get out of hand. Initiative is super scary deck to play against. You kind of have to stave off. And then you also have to put them away, so... Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Tough opening for the home team here. So now the opponent kind of have an idea about what the Savannah is going to do, right? Alongside the Grixis land. It's 1 mana binding. Let's see if they can follow up. They play Wasteland in that deck. That is tough. Well played, well played. Yes. Another Archon. So let's think about this. Next turn, I'm going to play Meticulous Archive. Nope, that doesn't work. I think I need to force this. I think it's getting out of hand here. Another force. Maybe I miscounted here. I actually don't think I had to... Okay, let's draw that card. Try and fade a turn. Well, I guess I'm fetching. Okay. I'm getting lost a little bit here. I should have let that Archon resolve. There's a Saga. That's crazy. Okay, so this is not initiative. This is like some white deck. So maybe it has the initiative creature, but... Okay, so I'm losing on multiple angles here. Here's my, let's call it, breathing room. I think I have to fetch here, which is unfortunate. So let me go and find the Grixis land. Now I have binding available to me. So what should I do here? Binding the Chalice. Play this tapped. So binding is currently a 2-drop, correct? Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of brutal because if I have to kill Saga tokens with, you know, a card each, I'm in big trouble. So I think I need a Beanstalk more or less directly from the top of my deck here. A matchup like this could be very tough because look at my sideboard, it's not very well equipped. I'll have to bring in like Wrath of the Skies and Consign. Those are not really that big of a upgrade, Let's take the damage here. The intention of killing Chalice end of turn. MTGO with no play. What does that even mean? Like, what's the opponent's hand here? Aside from lands. Let's get that card out of there. Unlock the Plow. Now I should probably Plow first to have an untapped land. Plow the Archon. Play land. Now what? Because Force of Will is good and all, but I feel like I actually have to ponder into a Beanstalk here. Okay, I'll try it out. I find the Beanstalk, Murktide underneath, but I think I have to use my mana. Tough times, tough times. So fetch Trop, go to 10. I wonder if I'm dead if my opponent has the haste equipment. I didn't really do the math here. I think it's 7. With an artifact, it's 9. So yeah, that probably cooks me, but yeah, I think I'm giving myself the best chance here. But I could have played better versus the Archon number 2. I actually think I had time to be left with Force of Will. And then I got pretty lucky, I guess. My opponent didn't have plays after that, so... Here's the second token. Here's the artifact. So, I don't know. Since my opponent played ManaTraders, what's in their hand? They would have jammed a lot of creatures at this point, I feel like. But the beautiful thing is I can't really beat those creatures, so I just have to watch and see. I just have to hope to get to my turn, essentially. Let's see if they have anything sneaky here, or they simply have the haste equipment. The haste equipment would be quite strong. I can basically only win this game if there's close to no follow-up here. Oh, Shadow Spear. I think that card is more beatable. Is this an equip? It's an equip. I mean, so you're saying there's a chance. I developed the Beanstalk. I have some stuff to get going. I have some good cards in my deck. This could just be the opponent holding like removal spells in hand, to be honest. But then again, would you play Plows in your Chalice deck? Who the hell knows? Are we getting the turn here? That would be insane for me. Come on, opponent. No, they have a play. Okay, that sucks. No, they don't. Wow. Murktide, that is a great draw. That is probably a card that gets killed, but it also a magic card, so that's good. Let's check the casting cost on this one. Okay, it is one white, so let's Murktide Regent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great draw, right? Play that card. I draw even complete the blue card. Yeah, I should hang on to that. So now I should probably just act on instant speed with the binding and chill here. Because as long as the Murktide's alive, I'm not in trouble. If the Murktide gets killed, I'm in trouble. So let's try and play reactive here. The opponent has 1,000,000 mana over there, but what are they going to be good for? Anointed Peacekeeper. That is an annoying card. Should I kill a construct in response? 2 more. No, I think this is fine. They name Force, I can still pay 2 mana. They name Plow, I can Binding. If they name Binding, I can Plow. All of that jazz. I think this is fine. My hand is awesome here. Last 2 cards in my opponent's hand could be double Solitude. I don't think that would be insane. But I beat that somewhat easily. The key decision this game was to try and find Beanstalk on that turn. I don't think without that card I can do much but prolong the game, lose. But now we actually have a game. Let's see what the opponent names here. It's somewhat of a key moment. I have a lot of angles here. The thing is, it's just taxed by 2, so the fact that I have 2 mana up for force, yeah, wow. Oof, I felt so behind that game, but yeah, I'm happy I stuck to it, found a good line, actually connected with the Beanstalk, and then a little bit of snowball. So this puts me in a better position than ping down a game. That's the obvious take, I guess. Wrath of the Skies versus what I would guess is like a Chromox deck as well. That's decent. Hard to tell if there's Caverns in that deck. What if I sideboard like this? I think this is how I should sideboard. Yeah, this just... Oof. The opponent can punish my mana. Uncontested Saga can be a problem. Force of Will is kind of hit or miss. Yeah, this is a rough matchup. Also, I have 1,000,000 cantrips, and I might get chaliced. But I think that's probably all right between the white cards and Wistfulness. Mono white stuff. And the opponent even showed Wasteland in the deck. But I think this hand is a keep. I have double force until Beanstalk arrives. I think this is alright. Could get Wastelanded into Oblivion. Okay, land pass is ideal for me. I draw the land here. Can draw the land. So now if I get wasted... I don't think I can worry about that. I think I should worry about the opponent going land, cast Chalice, so I can consign it on the stack. I think that's more important than dodging Wasteland with my blue source. Because as long as this is also green, I'm still just 1 land away from Beanstalk, so I think it's fine. But let's say this land was like Tundra or whatever. Then I played the Tundra out. Let's see. It's scary if I get wasted. It's less scary if the opponent, makes a play. If the opponent goes Soul Land Peacekeeper, okay, this is cool. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of a slugfest here. Let's see if we get there. So we're basically back where we started, because I drew a land and I got wasted, right? I guess Ponders and Tamios and Brainstorms are bad draws now because of the land I chose to keep. It was too tempting to hold up consign. Let's see how that works out for me. So now I think I can do force pitch force on the first one, maybe. Lots of cards I have to counter here, including Archon. Force pitch force or force pitch wistfulness. We can try pitching this one. I don't think it's crazy. So the opponent is going according to plan. Let's see if I hit the land here. I love it. I don't love it. It's pretty important draw step. Pretty important draw step to say the least. I hit the land, so now I basically get my bonus on the next force. So between this draw, the bonus draw, and the draw step, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I have two weird lands in play. Abzan, Beanstalk maybe. Let's see what they can do. Like Cavern Initiative creature is backbreaking. Anything else I'm probably pretty happy about? Tray Ball. Yeah, I can't let it happen, unfortunately. The Beanstalk in play, it's less of a price. I'm pretty happy I kept the force around after like starting the quote-unquote snowball. Wistfulness. So that is now a disenchant creature, but it cycles. Should I cycle? I should probably cycle. Maybe not actually, because I can end step binding. I guess let's learn here first. Another binding. I think this card is quite good. So let's pass here. Now, I'm in an awkward situation. If my opponent wastelands the blue source, I have to like cantrip my leyline binding. No targets. So let's see it. The opponent didn't play a land. I mean, I think they have a land. I just don't think they want to destroy their own mana base. The dream is... Yeah, the dream is not that they play that card. Because that card will name binding. So let's force. Draw into another binding. I don't want that to happen because I need these bindings. Let's see. Maybe the opponent is a whiny boy. Who knows? Let's see what this Ponder can get me. Cameo, is that a better play than Ponder? I don't think it is, because even if Ponder just finds a land, I can play Tameo. If it finds a Beans, that's a better play. Let's try and fire this Ponder and see what's going on. These cards are bad, because they're all uncastable except for the Wrath, but that card sucks. Alright. Not perfect, but this makes any blue land a good draw. So now the absolute best thing the opponent could do is like load mana, wasteland the archive, make some kind of power play. Chalice of the Void is fine because I can end step, kill it, draw a card. So any exchange that is like kill the opponent's stuff, draw a card, you know, that's kind of gonna bury the opponent slowly is the point. Murktide is terrible. The good thing is I'm in a place where just drawing a blue land is good, which is it's generally a good place to be, right? Wrath of the Skies, terrible card. All right, let's play Tameo past the turn. Bad stuff can still happen if my opponent decides to go after my mana. I really need the second blue before the opponent gets on board with something unbeatable. I'm gonna let this happen. If the opponent names Leyline Binding, it is going to be a 4-drop, which is, it is what it is, essentially. But then I can kind of get Tamiyo going. Peacekeeper's a slow clock. I think I have a good spot here. I mean, I can still get Wasteland at this turn, I guess. Then I don't have a good spot. Yeah, while the opponent is figuring out the tough decision of Anointed Peacekeeper, thanks so much for hanging out. I always enjoy this big time. Especially casting blue spells and crafting game plans and stabilizing and turning the corner and smelling blood and, you know, all of that good stuff. I don't know if you noticed, but I had some issues with... Oh, here's the Wasteland. So let me hold that thought. I had some issues with... I had simply just too many ads on the video. The YouTube auto setting was just completely absurd. So now I've removed, I think, every ad except the start and the beginning, which is like something that gives me the least manual work, essentially. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And if you like it enough, there's the YouTube membership program that I would highly appreciate you guys signing up for. It really helps me prioritizing the time to do what I love the most. With that being said, we got Wasted, we got Solituded. I drew the best card in my deck, so far so good. So if I go for the Grixis land here, then this is a what? 3-drop? I think so. So I should pass the turn, I think. But the good thing about this is my opponents, they heal all the way down to 1 land because they killed their own land and they wastelanded me. So I'm in a pretty good situation here, barring a great turn like Soul Land into threat here from the opponent. If they play Wasteland Pass, things change a little bit. Also, was it Solitude pitch? Oh, it pitched High Noon. Okay. I'm not too scared of that card, I must say. Let's see what the opponent's follow-up is. Land and pass. Okay, so far so good. So this lets me grab the Grixis land and then have 3 mana binding available. So that's not bad. Ooh. That draw is amazing. I think I should... Well, first of all, let me see how much this costs. This is a 3-drop. Okay. Yeah, this is Murktide time. I should fetch Tundra here. Tundra, blue. Maybe I should just play like this. I think this is fine. Delve 3 cards. So essentially make it slightly bigger than the creature in play and then regrow it with the second one. I'm giving up. Oh, I'm misclicking here. Let me just do this right. Let's give ourselves the chance to spike Plow. I think that's fine. Because then I make a 4/4, which was the whole point. Because then I can regrow it with the next card. All right. Consign, not going to help me right now. 4/4 is going to stabilize. Not against Dungeoneer, though, but, I mean, I think this is reasonable, leaving stuff in the yard for the next Murktide. So the opponent can now play a 3-drop. Let's see what that is. Has to be a pretty good one. Has to be a pretty good one. Yeah, that's unfortunately not good enough. All right. We turned the corner once again, thanks to up the Beanstalk, I guess. Tamiyo. So let's see here. I think I should do the exact same, leaving up mana for a Plow, throwing the previous Murktide, and drawing a magic card. What's not to like? So I can't cast a spell this turn, but I can on my opponent's turn. Here's a land, which will enter tapped, but I'm sure that's fine. So let's attack with Murktide. I guess in theory I should give my opponent the chance to block here, which would have given me an untapped land if they do block. They take the damage. I would have played the land now. They're at 10 life. And they need a good one. They need a really, really good one. And they also know about the binding in my hand. Good games. All right, that was cool. These games got scary for a moment, but we pulled through with the grindy machine that is 4-color Beanstalk. Let's play some more Magic. Guys, the first Eco Championship qualifier is here. February 7th is where it's going to go down. It's going to be 7 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be 1600 hours CET, depending on where you are in the world, of course. And we're going to be playing Legacy for a bunch of treasure chests, but also we're going to be playing for a slot in the yearly finals at the end of the year, as you can see on this graphic. So become a member over on Metafy or send me a message and go grab your guest ticket. I can't wait to see you there. All right, I'm playing first with my 4-color Beanstalk deck. This hand looks pretty good. Now the question is, should I start, quote-unquote, building for Leyline Binding or simply just sit behind a bulletproof mana base? I'll probably go for the bulletproof mana base here. It looks like I'm not going to need, like, let's say, double white on turn 2 or what have you, right? So it's a decent way to get in the game, realize what are we up against before we start making fetch lands decision. Turn 1 Tamiyo is always a great play because any deck has to kind of respect this card. Unless I'm like dying on turn 1, right? Then they have to respect this card, and then that just gives me more time to get into the game. Because this is like, if they kill this card with a removal spell, okay, I guess Caracas. Ooh, more lands. Lands has been cooking me lately. Tamiyo back to hand. Let's see if I can spike a Brainstorm here like a true champ. No Brainstorm. Wonder. Lands is a tough one. Okay. So this diamond I could kill with a Wistfulness. So let's do like this. Draw the Force of Will. Play Flooded Strand past a turn. I draw Wistfulness next turn, which then kills Diamond or maybe Saga. Can we get lucky here? Life from the Loam onto the Maze of Ith. Well played by the opponent, because if they don't have a land left... Oh, never mind, because this doesn't add mana, so we can let this happen. I was about to say we could catch our opponent here. Maybe we can. I'll be killing the Mox Diamond here, that's for sure. So now let's fetch what? Trop Savannah, maybe? Fetch Trop, fetch Savannah, kill. Fetch Trop. Fetch Savannah. Disenchant the Mox. So not a flashy play. But, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do if the opponent's stuck on green sources. And now the question is, do I play the Tamiyo out because I'm actually interested in quote-unquote Rishadan porting my opponent? I think so. Okay. So we're trying our best to thread the needle against hopefully bad mana. The opponent does not dredge, so I guess we succeeded prolonging the game. They do have a Maze of Ith right there, which, funnily enough, makes it complicated for my deck. Dark Depths, sure. Alright, so Brainstorm is the perfect draw. Up the Beanstalk is the next best thing. Very nice. Up the Beanstalk. Oh, mistapping. So with that card in play, things get a little bit easier overall. So let us fetch a Tundra. Slam, Murktide, draw a card, establish. I mean, not a clock because of Maze of Ith, right? But establish something. So if my opponent has the Dark Depths, sorry, Thespian Stage, they still can't activate. So I have some time here. Also have a blocker, so a lot of time to get to my plow. There's a green source for the opponent, which makes things very hard for me because now they're going to start loaming. Let's see what this is. Expedition map, I'm not going to allow. Going to pitch Tameo. I would have loved to see my opponent start with Expedition map here before letting me know about the green source. I think that would be awesome. Let's see. Leyline Binding currently doesn't do anything, but it hopefully will down the line. Let's cast this Ponder. Wistfulness. That card is probably not that bad. So maybe... Let's see. If I fetch here, I can deploy the next Murktide. Maybe that's better. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, okay. I'll deploy a second Murktide. I think that's going to be better. So now I can fetch Underground Sea. Or Bayou, I guess, but Underground Sea seems slightly better. Underground Sea. Play Murktide. Draw a card. Try and connect on the blue card. I mean, if I do that, it's awesome. If not, I think I don't have a choice. I should kind of get busy here. The opponent's pondering a crop rotation. Cropping away which land? Brachus? No. Cropping away the Dark Depths. For what? Ursa Saga, maybe? Let's see. Second Maze of Ith. Nice timing here by the opponent, right? If I draw into the blue card here, they successfully found a good window. Yavi Maya. Okay. And now, here's Disruptor Flute. Is my opponent pulling off some kind of heist? Am I forcing negation? Okay, perfect. Well played by the opponent. They want to ensure that their loam is goody. Okay, I got it. I already played a land. Attack for 6. Okay. Cool play by the opponent. Because that is the exact card that gets loam out of there. Very cool. Now we're going to see life from the loam. Yeah, let's see how this plays out. Because I have the good card to reset the Merit Lage. I'll give them 1,000,000 life. They got back Stage, Depths, and Saga. So what are they going to go for? That is the good one. That, unfortunately, is the good one. 2 lands per turn. And they have the, I'm sorry, the Yavi Maya. So if they go Dark Depths here. Let's see how they play. I draw Bowmaster, that might not do anything. I guess I should attack with both here. Yeah, I should attack with both here. Let's see how the opponent handles it. Maze of Ith. Okay. So the opponent takes 5, I guess. So now what? Which land do I play? I feel like I should play Lounge. No, that's Cycles. That could become a clutch. Let's play this one. Let's pass. I'm not sure if I'm winning this game or not. The Maze of It is very annoying, and I don't have any ways to deal with it. My opponent is also aware of, you know, plows, bindings, etc. Let's see if this Bowmasters can change up a little bit. Crop rotation. I think I should force a will this card. And I should hold up the Tundra. Let's force a will here. Try and draw a card off Beanstalk. Let's see if the opponent has a nasty response. Another Bowmaster. I mean, the chip damage could end up mattering. It's not impossible. Here's Urza's Saga. I don't know my opponent's last card. So they could try and slow things down with double Mazavith here. Mazavith getting copied by stage. Life from the Loam on some inconsequential stuff. Sure. Here's Tabernacle. So slightly annoying card here. Can't really say anything else. So let's pay with Plains. Let's pay with Island. Let's see what we can draw. A land, which is a bayou, which lets me cast double Bowmastered Theory. So now this one's going to get mazed. The opponent can choose to go. The main problem here is the opponent should make the 20/20 because they can just recover with Loam. But they don't. They take the damage. Okay. I really wanted my opponent to make the token here, because then if it fails, they can dredge Loam, cast Loam, do it all over. Yeah, let's see if I thread the needle here. The opponent's going to do it end of turn because of what exactly? Oh, they're going to actually copy the Maze of Ith. That's really cool. So now they have two Mazes of Ith, but I'm going to Bowmaster stuff. Yeah, this is going to be super close. Double Maze of Ith, handling double Murktide. Let's see if I'm getting outgrinded here. I think I did my best job here getting in for chip damage, but who knows? Tabernacle, super annoying here, by the way. I only have one layer of, anti-Married Lage, so if the opponent decides to press the gas, I could be in trouble. Here's another main phase crop rotation. Yep, you got it. Let's see which land the opponent's going for. So end step, I can double Bowmaster. That gives me 3 creatures, and then I have to pay for 5 creatures. I'll get mazed. The opponent can make a construct. I think I have lethal here, but let's see. Oh, third Maze of Ith. Sheesh. I think I don't have lethal anymore. I think that was the difference. Orcish Bowmasters. I think I need to draw another Bowmasters here. Fetch. Bayou. The opponent's now at 2. They can mace 3 creatures. I have to pay 5 mana here. Uh-huh. Crazy game. I think I need to hold up Tundra and C. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds fine. So keep everything alive. Draw Tundra. Let's see if there's any move in the draw step. There isn't. So the problem is the opponent could have like life linking stuff out of the saga. So let's do the math here. Mace, mace, mace. Block. Get the opponent to 1. I think I have to do that. Let's... This is now a 2-drop. Yeah, I think it's fine to send everything here. I'm probably losing to... what's it called? Lifelink equipment. But I think this is my only move. Wait a minute. Yeah, the lifelink equipment is a problem. So the stage, they can still make a 20-20. That's a problem. I need to let my opponent block here. Pass priority back. And now the question is, oh, are they short? Did the opponent just odd shit? No, they go to 1. Okay. Because they maze. Go to 1. Yes. I mean, now it's time to Mazavith, right? Mace. And mace to 2-2 and go to 1. So let's see. I think I need to let this happen because otherwise the opponent can give haste. This is crazy stuff. Let me play out this land because I actually think the cycler could come in handy. So basically now if the opponent goes for the... okay, they remove a counter. You got it. So if the opponent goes for the lifelink equipment here, I think I have to kill the token. Because Bowmaster is my way to win this game. So they dredge, so they have loam. Let's see what they go for. Life from the loam, so they can start like picking my mana base apart. Unfortunately, black mana could be my downfall here. If my opponent sees that line, loam's back wasteland. I guess they cannot double waste me. Unless they have 2 actual wastelands. Okay, so maybe my black mana is safe. Black mana is how I win this game. This is a crazy game. Absolutely crazy game. Really happy with how I maneuvered here. And the opponent should be very happy with how they played. Like, the 3rd maze was chef's kiss. I don't know if they thought about Bowmasters, but they probably did, right? So let's see what this saga is going to tutor. Crazy, crazy game. This is why we play Magic on YouTube. This is why I press record. This is why you tune in. Here's the haste equipment, which I'm, funnily enough, not that scared about right now. I wonder if... So let's see. 3 Mazaviths. Yeah. Let's see what this is. If this is loam or if... Yeah, it looks like loam. The opponent's really going to play the long game here, which is sick. A Jukabog Wasteland Saga. You got it. Also, this is the game where the opponent shut down Force Negation with Disruptor Flute because they needed the loam to get going. Really high level magic. Here's Wasteland onto that card. So let's see. Leyline Binding is currently a 2-drop, so this is fine. We can let this happen. Here's Ursa Saga. Yes. Now, for my opponent's next trick. Let's see. They have 3 mazes, so if I can get rid of both blockers, I win the game. Problem is, no, that's not necessarily a problem. Okay, so I think I should end step binding here because another binding is game over. Bowmaster's game over. Force of Will, certainly not game over. Let's get rid of the construct. I still have some draws. I can even cycle my lounge here before deciding what to do with the knackle. I think I should play like this. Cycle lounge. Master. Lorien revealed. Do I just let my creatures die now? I don't think I can. I think I need to keep a Murktide around. And then I need to find the Bowmaster before I'm dead. So let these die. Let's see. And then pay for this one because I need a blocker. I think that's the smartest move. Hey, yes. Swords to Plowshares. So that doesn't help me. Well, I guess it buys time, but I need to Bowmaster my opponent this game, probably. What happens if I attack with this? Then the opponent needs to maze. So was this why I needed 2 mercs? I think this is why I needed 2 mercs. Because then I can make this attack and they need to double maze, and then they cannot make the 20/20. Yeah, okay, I think I botched it a little bit here. But okay, that's high level magic. High level magic. So if I had 2 Murktides left, I attack with 2. They need to maze twice. Okay. I'm just trying to make a copy here. That works. So now I need to force the loam and spike the Bowmaster like a champ. Nice game 1, by the way. Rush the loam. Get to the main phase. This is a haster, by the way, if my opponent wants to. So now I have a little bit of, you know, some more outs. Bowmaster. Bowmaster. Wistfulness. I mean, that's some more Bowmaster looks, I guess. Attacking with a 20/20. And then we're approaching the time where I need to Bajuka Bog. So that is fine. We are approaching that time. Another plow. So let's go blue. Blue. This card is not a flyer, so it's not a blocker, so I should play like this. Have as much mana available as possible. Draw. I did not expect this slugfest, I will say. Draw 2, discard 1. Let's get rid of the plow, I guess. Because I think if I have to plow this, the game is over. So that's not really an option. Let's think here. If I hang on to the fetch, I can draw into like ponder or whatever, reset. Yeah, that's better. So let's brainstorm first. This is exactly the situation. Tamio is a blocker, which is hilarious, but I think my opponent just beats me with like 2 constructs and hasty thing. So we cannot, you know, this game cannot go on from here essentially. Let's do this, and now look at the maximum amount of cards with my ponder. By going archive. Get it out of here. And here's the last resort. I guess Leyline Binding keeps us alive. The Bowmasters. The Bowmasters. Sick game. What a sick game. That is... Oh my god. That was insane. Game 1 took infinite time here. I should probably restart my Magic Online. I'll regret that later. Okay, lands. So these Bowmasters are atrocious, even though they were just my win con. These cards are awesome. What if I cut those? How do I feel about Consigned Memory and Ursa Saga World? Not bad, I think. Maybe I can get rid of all forces, add consigns. How does this look? I think this looks great. I put a natural drawing Caracas there was brutal for the Tamio, but I mean, it's too much to unpack in that game. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so now I have to think a little bit about clock management, which is annoying. Probably have to click the mouse a few times and a little bit faster than I would have wanted to, but I think that's what the situation calls for. Okay, this hand is one of the worst hands I would ever keep. But I think that's what we have to do here. So we're losing to a lot of their like top tier draws, and we get to play the game against a lot of their medium draws, which is sometimes good enough. So this Wrath, I can even turn to it kind of out of the blue. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Some Ursa Saga situation. Okay. So if I get my turn 2 here, I am beyond happy. Let's see if I can find something cool here. A Beanstalk. I think a winning strategy here is to expect this Tundra to live, or this blue-white lane to live. And if it doesn't, well, I guess I'm just out of luck then. I think my opponent goes land pass here. Okay, so the opponent would rather waste me. Oh, they had another diamond, that's why. Crazy. Okay, so funny observation here. The opponent should have resolved the diamond first rather than give me the heads up about the wasteland, but you know, that's in the details. Okay, the opponent really got me here. I had pretty high confidence that my opponent would never go down from Saga in order to waste me, but have the diamond on top? Dang, that was brutal. That was brutality. Okay. So we are still in a position where if I draw white source, I'm blowing out my opponent. If I don't, can I take one more hit after this? I think it depends if the opponent has a land, because then they can haste. Okay, Soul Guide land turn. So I guess no land. So white source here is game over? No white source. So now what I could do is to Wistfulness, but that I think it's better to dig one card deeper for the white source. Pains me to play this card out. Here's a plow. Yeah, it looks like we got cooked by the wasteland. That's okay. That's Magic the Gathering. This hand, this draw was very, what do you call it? Polarized from the opponent. They did a great job there. Like wasteland and the second diamond. Ugh, that was too much. That was too much. So this game is not winnable if they have wasteland or loam. I need them to have a bad turn, and I need a white source on top. Not even cantrip works. That is brutality. I guess there's some lines that keep me in the game, theoretically, like blue land, so I can lock and binding or something. Disruptor Flute. So if the opponent names the Wrath of the Skies here, they're the legends, the biggest legend of the game. Let's see. It is, I mean, it is the card that cooks them, but to name it here would be next level sensei. So I get attacked under 3 here. That means the Wistfulness is not live as a disenchant card, but it could be live as a disenchant card that cantrips me into white source for Plow or blue source for Tamiyo. So there is that going on. Okay, a land. So the opponent actually has, you know, some kind of play. If I my God. Let's freaking go. Oh, right. This is insane. This is crazy. So I don't think forcing the flute pop does anything, but neither does having an untapped Bayou. So let's Tundra Wrath of the Skies for, I guess I could bank an energy. Does that make any sense? Let's cast this card. I guess they have to, yeah, okay, I see. They have to act here, so I can bank the energy if they cycle. All right, I'm at 2 life. Breath versus explosives here on the name. So they draw. I now only do it for 0 because of what just happened. And funnily enough, we are not out of the woods. There's still a game here because of, you know, life from the loam, etc. So we got over the hump here. And here's, okay, exploration is very, very beatable. So what I could do here is spend this turn to stabilize my mana. Do I care about exploration? I only care about exploration if they draw loam. So how about this move? I go Wistfulness, kill exploration. Wait a minute. Yeah. And then deploy Tamiyo, I guess. Okay, let's see here. Wistfulness, draw other beans. Kill exploration. That one is dead. Island cycle. Wonder which one I should go for. It's probably a Tundra. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So now deploy Tamiyo, pass. Looking to kind of bury my opponent until they recover, because they will draw loam at some point. Once upon a time is not loam. Otawara, land, pass. Get in with the Tamiyo. I think I just flipped the Tamiyo here with 2 Beanstalks, which is insane. Unless I draw Murktide, I guess. So, let's see. Green. Not green. Draw. I draw Murktide like an absolute champ. I'm at 1 here. I forgot about that. Oh, that's a classic as well. Let's go for the black one. I'm at 1. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing. I could have been dead there because I didn't pay attention. Let's flip the Tamiyo. Draw a couple of cards. I have 2 mana binding, which is worth noting. If weird stuff happens, I can plow my own thing. All right. Beanstalk's established. Here's Mox Diamond. What does that card represent? I mean, oh, I don't have Consign Up. Never mind. They discard Saga. Let's see what this is. This could be some crazy card. Okay. My opponent did not play a land yet, so they will actually be able to play 2 lands out of the graveyard here. Okay. Ooh. Now I will respond with a plow in this window. I didn't think about that, but that was beautiful. Let's see. Urza Saga's here. The opponent has to pass. I draw Wistfulness. That is an absurd draw because that allows me to draw cards times 1,000,000 and kill the Saga, right? So I go green, green, blue, blue. So hard cast. I'm at 1 life. I'm just going to say it out loud because I think I'm going to forget. All right, the opponent throws in the towel. This was a really, really cool match. I loved this one. Game 1 was, I guess they were both insane. I had to get there on the Wrath of the Skies, and I did. Yeah, if the opponent names Wrath of the Skies there, first of all, they're the greatest of all time. Second of all, we would be playing Game 3. All right. That's a very, very sweet one to have in the bag here. Let's recoup a little bit and then play 1 more. All right. That was a marathon of a match. It's getting a little bit late for me as well, but hopefully I can stick around. I think I'm supposed to protect my mana and ensure the Beanstalk here. So let's play land pass. If bad stuff happens, I'm ready with the Force. If nothing bad happens, I will go and fetch my Xander's Lounge, basically, and so it's annoying I have to make this play, but I think it's correct. Let me force a will to protect my Beanstalk. So now my opponent could bleed a Force Will deck, of course. Master deck, very likely, but I think this is the winning strategy. Let's play Beanstalk, take it from there. Worth noting is I cannot Wistfulness in any of the directions with this mana base. Lanes doesn't help me either, which is funny. Okay, Beans established. Bowmaster removal at the ready. Okay, my opponent's probably like energy, I would guess. Oh, never mind. We have to read cards here. 2/1 flyer. When you gain life, the opponent loses life. You got it, buddy. You got it. So I cannot even ponder into Bowmasters. So let's, yeah, just ponder while we have the chance. Ooh, another Beanstalk. That's cool. Beanstalk into those 2. So I should put back Tameo first. Now I go land up the Beanstalk past the turn. Conceal the Tameo on top, just for good measure. Let's see what this is. I don't even know what offspring. Oh, they can make another one of it. Okay, sure. Let's see what the move is, opponent. Another one, so some 2-1s. Well, let me play Tameo. Let me play land. And then, I guess, let me consider what to do with those 2-1s. Excuse me. It's been a long day today. I recorded a lot of videos. And then it's the ultimate grind fest. It's so funny. So I guess if I block here, I get semi blown out by Bowmaster, but I mean, what am I going to do here? Take the damage? I don't like that. Take the damage from one of them. Let's see if I get finished off by Bowmasters here. I have a Surveil land coming. They pass. Okay. So I'm thinking about Bowmasters here, I must say. Land. So that land is something that allows me to cast Wistfulness. The problem about that is then I'm slamming right into Orcish Bowmasters. Let me get rid of that land. Let's see if there's a Bowmaster. There's not. I now draw Bowmasters. That's exactly what I want. Okay. So if I plow something, it actually drains me, which is kind of funny. Okay, let's pass the turn here. This turn is probably like Bowmaster Crack Clue. Holding a plow for good measure. The opponent has 7 cards. I feel like something dangerous is about to happen. Here's Orcish Bowmasters killing a flyer. The opponent's mana base is weird. Does this mean they're black-white? Or does this mean they're mono-black with some... And they want to like play Surveillance, Horizon Lands or whatever? Let's see what this is. Come on, man. I don't even know what's going on here. Let's draw a card in response. Bayou. So I'm at 11. I have a feeling there's some kind of, what is that called? Like combo finish here, but maybe that's just not the case. Let's attack with everybody and slam a Wistfulness. Yeah. That's going to give me a lot of looks towards a force, which I might need. Blue, green. So at least, as long as there's 2 blue here, I think I'm good. So this is going to flip the Tameo. Force. Great draw. Flip. Draw 2 more. Blue card. Okay. Perfect. I don't think I need the fetch land here. I think I'm good on lands. Plus. Pass. The opponent has 7 cards. I can't believe I'm not dead. They just played 3 of the same card, which is hilarious. So it's not even if they gain 7, I lose 7. It's 1 each time. Okay. Okay, opponent. Here's the bread and butter of the situation. Oh, right. So that card starts draining like crazy. We cannot let that happen. We need to Force a Will that card. Force a Will, draw 2 magic cards. Connect on another blue card. I feel like I should just start killing these guys soon and just finishing off my opponent. They're at 13, so. So, okay, so this is some kind of Soul Sisters deck with Thoughtseizes and Plows in it, probably. Bowmasters, that's 2 bodies, so maybe that's good. Could be, like, Guide of Souls, etc. Okay, the opponent's going for the life total. That's always a little bit sus when that happens. So I'm at 8, and they don't have a play. Orcish Bowmaster is amazing here. Let's cast Orcish Bowmasters. King, get in for a bunch. The opponent's at 4. So now let me get back Force of Will so nothing weird can happen. And now I could kill that card. Does that make sense? Or should I binding it? Binding, draw 2. That's kind of crazy. All right. Let's see. White mana. Binding. Draw. So now, yeah, okay, you're done. Yeah, this was a weird one. The opponent stalled on mana, and I just... Yeah, the world was my oyster essentially. So I have bad sideboard cards against this deck. Wrath is probably fine. These are bad. They showed 1 toughness creature, so I'm going to keep the Bowmasters around. Is Consign better than Force of Will? I don't think so. Force of Will is always just serviceable in this deck because of Up the Beanstalk. Five lands. This is close. I'm going to keep this because I'm playing against a Thoughtseize deck. But I'm not exactly thrilled about it. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. I can choose between my cantrip or my removal. They go for the cantrip. I actually like that. That's not that bad for me. Here. How can I go turn 2 binding? I can do that if I go Underground Sea. Okay. So fetch Underground Sea. Play Tamiyo. Then I play Savannah in binding if I have to. Okay. That was probably my best draw. Let's see if we can follow it up with a Beanstalk like a true champ. Okay. Plow here is fine. I mean, the game is progressing and I'm not under pressure, so that's okay. Let's see if they have the Guide of Souls here. All right, here's Guide of Souls. Land is abysmal. I think I will be fetching for a Surveil land on this turn cycle. It would be well worth the investment to delay, like to find Beanstalk first, then binding, because I'm such in the garbage. Let's see if the opponent believes I have Orcish Bowmasters. They don't believe. Okay. 3 cards in hand. What do you have? Second main. Nothing. Let's see if maybe my opponent has a terrible draw. That's very possible. Meticulous Archive it is. Beanstalk. That is not a Beanstalk. This could be a Bowmaster, just timing it here from the opponent. I draw my own Bowmasters. I'm going to pounce on the combat step with my Bowmasters. I didn't have it last turn, I just drew it, so it could be like unfortunate timing for the opponent. I could be saying to their YouTube viewers that the opponent didn't Bowmaster me last combat step, so they don't have it, which is, like, you know, gonna be true 9 out of 10 times or more. Let's see if they have a Bowmaster. keep the card on top. Okay, so I probably need a little bit of help here. Here's the Orcish Bowmasters. Yep, you got it. Should I have killed the guide here? Tough call. I think the good thing about this is my opponent commits the energy. I can pounce with the Bowmaster, but let's see. Let us see. This looks bad for me. Shepherd. And it enters, search for a 1-drop. Yeah, I think I have to let my opponent do this. Probably... Wrath of the Skies could be my only out here. Let's see how bad it actually is. Maybe I can take one more turn of beats. Ocelot Pride. So, Ocelot Pride is a card I have to kill with Bowmaster, I think. I guess let's see what the opponent does here. Oh, wow. They're really respecting... They actually want to do this, but put 2 counters on it. So if I Bowmaster now... Yeah, I mean, that's well played by the opponent. So let's see. Ocelot Pride. I have to accept that. And then I Bowmaster away the Ocelot Pride. Let's go and fetch a Grixis land here. It's time to draw Wrath of the Skies. Or Tundra. The main issue is I now need cards like Brainstorm, Ponder, Beanstalk to be good draws. So I need to use my removal spell on Bowmasters. I mean, I can't win, right? I drew a Bowmaster and a Leyline Binding in 7 lands, so we're just in a terrible position. And I think I have to... Maybe I can wait with the binding. Yeah, let's wait. I think that's okay because it's a 1-mana play. So let's see. Murktide Regent. That currently stabilizes things, so I do like that. Now it's a 1-mana play, right? Yeah, 1-mana play. So I can pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I'm in theory stabilizing until the opponent presents 2 more creatures. Then they can get the Orc army to, you know, kill my or trade my Oh yeah, okay. So they're also a plow deck. That makes sense. I don't think that's terrible. That's like 2 turns worth of life. I have the Shepherd in the warp zone or whatever it's called. And it has 2 cards. It's a bit of an issue because land is a good draw for the opponent. Creature is a good draw. Yeah, let's see. Can we find... Okay, Leyline Binding. I don't think that card is bad. Maybe I shouldn't take more damage. Maybe I should Binding this. Maybe I can take 1 more. That's close. I think it's very close. Let's try taking 1 more for science. So what happens if I draw Wrath of the Skies? I clear, I play Shepherd, and then I kind of have to deal with some more stuff. Beanstalk? 3rd binding. This is funny. Let's hang on to the land because of future Brainstorm. It's getting close that I can't take any more damage. I should probably fire now. All right, let's binding the token. I think it's time for me to drop the Beanstalk, Brainstorm, that kind of jazz. Here's the Shepherd. That's a cool play right now. Let's see what they go for. Probably Ocelot Pride. And then I have to start doing more stuff. Yeah, this is a problem. What if I draw... Okay, another guide. That also makes sense. I think I take the turn here. I think I should... No, I'm not... Okay, so the reason to do this now is play around Bowmasters, but I don't think I'm beating Bowmasters, so I think that's fine to not worry about that. Yeah, I think my window has officially closed. Here's Guide of Souls, so now I need to respond, kill the guide, otherwise my opponent gets energy, right? But I also have to kill the flyer. I probably have to kill the flyer. I don't like it. This is funny. I don't know. I don't know about this because I'm kind of depleting all of my resources. Am I going to go to 5 here? I think I have to because if I draw like Ponder, Brainstorm, up the Beanstalk, whatever, I need to kind of clear the Bowmasters beforehand. Caracas. On deck. Orcish Bowmasters. That's not a bad card. I think I have to pass the turn here. Probably have to build this Shepherd now. Let's see what this is. That card is good, so I will respond with Binding. Build the Flyer. Yep. That card is certainly a punishment for getting to a lower life total. Well played. The opponent plays around me having Orcish Bowmasters. Yeah, now I can't win because I'm at 2. Well played. Okay. Game 3. We're playing against Black-White Energy style deck. I think I like most of my cards. I don't like Force of Will. I like every other card. And I had a million turns there to, you know, find the Beanstalk, find the Wrath. So I don't think it's fair to complain about the opponent winning. Let's see if we can find a good draw like the first game where we just buried our opponent. Yes, sure. What happens if they go turn 1 Guide of Souls? Do I accept that or do I plow that? Maybe Guide of Souls is fine. I'm secretly hoping for the Ocelot Pride. That's a given. Yep, you got me. So I'll go for the Surveil Land end of turn here. I draw Beanstalk. I'm a champ. Come on, Beanstalk, baby. Ridiculous Archive. Cameo. Not bad, not bad. I'll take that. No force up, but I think that's okay. Let's get ready to fetch the Grixis land, so I have 1 mana bindings available. Same logic as before. If this gets killed, it means it's kind of a roadblock for the opponent. Yeah, Caracas is the good one here. Yep, nice one. So the opponent gives me the chance to force a will their next spell, which is kind of interesting. Let's see what they take. Take the Tameo, because they don't want to keep tapping the Caracas. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'll get the Grixis land here. All right, let's draw the Beanstalk like a champ. That's a Brainstorm. I still think it's heavily worth it to try and find the Beanstalk. Tapped the wrong land there. That was terrible. All right. Yeah, I should have held up the archive. So now I'll probably just fetch the Savannah. Okay, it's time for the opponent to play some synergy cards. My dream is they play something that I can easily just 1-for-1 until, you know, my Haymaker arrives. And eat up the Beanstalk. Murktide Regent. What else? Cantrips into those, I guess. It's I don't have that many insane cards here. Also, when the game is weird out the gates, Wrath of the Skies is not a good draw, because I probably have to cast spot removal along the way. The game gets a little bit weird. Murktide maybe just trades with a plow, so I guess it's like Beanstalk is my card. Oh boy, it's my bedtime soon. Let's see if we end with a happy win or a big sad loss. The opponent's deep in the tank. How do they finish the job? Does me holding a lounge mean I found a Bowmaster? They know about binding and plow. There's a lot of their cards that they play it's kind of a forced move to just plow them, right? Shepherd. I think I let them search here and then I, you know, plow the Shepherd. Because I don't want that card to, you know, I don't want that card later. So fetch Savannah, kill that card. It's a little bit peculiar the opponent didn't play, so they're holding up something, I guess. Okay, let's plow here and no Ephemerate. I don't know. I was thinking about a lot of things. Force a will. The worst draw on the deck, unfortunately. Okay. Why did the opponent hold up the mana? Because they want to surveil? Because they're flooded? Or they want to, like, 1-2 punch? Either way, I think I'm dead here because I didn't find a way to, let's say, advance the game. If I'm fighting that deck with just spot removal, I think I'm losing. So Guide of Souls, that card is fine. And what is this? Another Starfield. So this is probably where I just kill the guide. I think that's fine. Let's see what the opponent goes for. Maybe they wanted to go for, like, gain the life, go for pride. Okay, they find another guide. Sure. All right. I think it's Beanstalk time. Otherwise, we could be heading to bed. Come on, baby. No Beanstalk. Well, Hardcast Force, I guess, is not nothing, but dang. The opponent has too many cards here, and I have to force a Willow 1-drop. I don't have to, but I think it's smart. Let's say second. I think I need second green, second black here. Hardcast Force. You don't love to see it. What's the comeback? Another guide. So that card is manageable. Okay, here's Bowmasters before I, you know, draw Brainstorm or whatever. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay, nice. So the opponent found a good spot here to sneak that through and... Oh, wow. Sneaking 2 of those through. Amazing. Okay, so the opponent plays at a really high level here. Like sneaking, making sure there's no Bowmaster. So now, I mean, the Wrath is a good draw, right? Does the land ever make sense here? Let's say I go up the Beanstalk into the Wrath. I can just play the land after. Okay, pass the turn, take a chunk, and then I think I have 1 draw to find the Wrath. This was a little bit unimpressive. I mean, the opponent's draw here was not crazy or anything. It was just a little bit unorthodox. And then it made me look really silly because I had to fight all of the cheap stuff 1 for 1. Here's the guy from whatever it's called. Oh, that card. So now that is going to drain a lot. So let's see. The opponent offspring that card. How does that work? When it enters, create a token that's a copy of it. Well, I think this will do it. So let's just see how this works for rules' sakes. Try and kill the cleric in response and see if that kind of gets rid of the offspring. I unfortunately think there's like some last known information here. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm dead. I will take 3. I'll take 7, go to 6. Then they make 2. Or maybe I end up at 2 life. Let's see if I'm right about that. Oh, I end up at exactly 0, I think. I think I end up at exactly 0 because of that stuff. All right. Sweet deck, good games. The opponent fought hard and took down the win. Not much to say here. I had a lot of fun playing the Tundra week here. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. As I talked about previously on the video, I recently made sure to tone down the ads on the video. YouTube was going absolutely crazy, so I guess I'm giving up some equity there for you guys' sake. So yeah, if you have considered a YouTube membership, now is the time to pounce. I would highly, highly appreciate it. I have exclusive videos over there. I have, you know, the Metagame Mondays after dark. I have the special matches against Eureka. I have some other member exclusive gameplay. And yeah, I guess that's just a great way to thank me for the content over here if you like it. But I also appreciate doing this free of charge. So please keep coming back. I enjoy having you here. And yeah, thanks so much to 4 Seasons as well for sponsoring my journey over here. I love every second of it. So expect lots more magic to come on this channel. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and see you back soon for some more sweet, sweet Legacy action.